In this video, I'm going to share some examples of decluttered spaces that are very functional. Welcome to Efficiency and Organization, where we talk about having good plans, good systems, time management, and basically systems in life to be able to achieve a lot. This includes having organization, having organized spaces. So for me, the reason why it's important to have decluttered and very simple spaces that are functional is because those are not really important. What's important is goals and achieving life dreams. Living the best life that you could, that's intentional, that's purposeful. So we shouldn't have to have spaces that keep us from having that keep us from achieving that what we want to achieve. So I'm going to give you some examples of how you can have more simple spaces that are functional, starting with the bathroom. So in the bathroom, if you look at this image, this is what we typically see is lots of stuff on our counters and lots of towels hanging. And what that does is, unfortunately, it makes our space feel very cluttered and it doesn't help us to think. And then we have a lot of hard time finding things that we need quickly enough. So my suggestion is to clean the spaces, have as much counter space as possible. And it's going to be the same when I talk to you about the kitchen, when I talk to you about your home office, when I talk to you about your bedroom furniture. You want to actually see the countertops and the tops of the furniture. So this one is a better example of how it should be. Notice how they have the counters free and clear. Some people have their toothpaste and toothbrushes right there by the sink. That's fine. As long as you're able to see most of the counter space, you're in good shape. My suggestion is think of when you go into a hotel room, that feeling that you get. It's so clean, it's so tidy, there's not a bunch of stuff everywhere. And so that's kind of what you want to achieve with your own bathroom, with your own bedroom, living room. The next one I want to talk to you about really briefly is the garage. You want to have your garage store things for you, but also be decluttered so that way you can use it for your car and that way you can use it to put some tools, equipment. If your space in the garage is utilized properly, you'll be in good shape. You'll have enough space to store stuff and to put your car and to be able to walk in it. Next, let's talk about the bedroom. So for the bedroom, if you notice in this image, there is just so much happening. When we don't put things away, we leave our shoes out, we leave our books and magazines out. We have boxes that we get from Amazon and from other locations, and we just put them, leave them on the floor. It clutters up the space and it makes it look and feel tight. So what you want to do is clean it up and declutter it. If you don't have space to put stuff, don't buy more stuff. In this picture, you're noticing that the bedroom is small. Most of our bedrooms are small, and I like how they utilized it. All they have is the bed, they have two nightstands and lamps for lighting, and that's it. That's all they have room for, so they don't have it cluttered up with a lot of furniture and a lot of things that they just simply don't have room for. Maybe they're storing some things under the bed, and that's kind of a good idea. If you have a lot of things you have to store and don't have space, you could put them under the bed. But overall, I really like how this room feels. It doesn't feel cluttered. It feels like a person can actually go in it and rest. Next is the kitchen. So look at this kitchen and think about how closely yours might resemble this. Hopefully not, right? But if you look at this image, imagine walking into a kitchen like this. It just feels so cramped. It feels like there's no room. A person can't think here. A small kitchen, if organized correctly and decluttered, can actually feel roomy, warm, and friendly, and a place where you want to spend time. This image here is of a kitchen. You'll notice it is very decluttered. Look at the counter spaces. There's only like room for what's necessary. Everything else is put away in the cabinets. That's what I like about this. There's just a bowl for decor, and then they have the paper towel towards the back. They have one picture, and that's it. It just looks so clean and decluttered. Here's another example. If you notice, they have the blender, and some people have their coffee maker up. That's fine, but look at how much counter space you see. Pantry should be organized where you can easily locate things. So I like how some of the containers are labeled in this image. You don't have to have them labeled, but things are easy to find. Next is the home office. For an organized home office, you have to have very few things on top of your furniture. If you notice in my own office, this is my home office, you always see the furniture. I don't have it cluttered with files and things like that. Just like the image you are seeing here, you see the laptop, you see a notebook, writing instruments, and this is another example of a home office. And the thing is, even though you see the top of the desk, I just feel like the room still looks very cluttered. And I think it's because of the decorations. There's just way too many decorations in this picture. When you have a home office, it needs to be a place where you can think clearly, right? To be able to be as productive as possible. When you have too many things around calling your attention, they keep distracting you. And so that's why having a more organized space that's far less cluttered is going to be beneficial. The last ones we're going to talk about are living rooms. Here's an example. And what I like is all they have is the basics. It's a very cozy living room. It's just a sofa, a rug, and a coffee table. And in the back, they have just one little end table with a lamp on it and some pictures. And that's about it. Very clean, very nice, cozy place to be, but also not cluttered. There's actually space in the room. This space, on the other hand, I like that they don't have a lot of furniture, but they do have way too many plants. And that's all distracting. Plants are awesome. They actually bring life to a room. They add color, but there is such a thing as too much. I like this living room, very neat, decluttered. You can tell that the family does not have much space, so they just put the essentials to make the room feel warm, cozy, and yet have enough for it to be a good living room. They have a sofa, 2 chairs, coffee table. They have the 2 end tables with the lamps for lighting. This room is so warm and nice place, functional for any person to just go home and relax in. Keep in mind that less is more. Look at this living room, very small. This is a tiny living room. The person is in an apartment and they don't have much space, so they just did what they could with the space. Put things away is what I would say. Don't overbuy decorations and things. Think of it as, if I'm going to buy one thing, I have to get rid of something. So that way you don't have like a lot of things you're buying and it's accumulating. Think of what a living room should have and just stick to it. I'm going to have some articles that I will have the links to shared in the description of the video that you could check out. They have to do with garages and living rooms and go in a little more detail and give you more pictures of how you can declutter rooms and how you can organize rooms. Please make sure to check them out, share this video with others, and I will catch you in the next video.